Well, hello! How are we doing? You alright? Bloody belting. Right, I'd just like to go through a couple of things, as in the ghost side of Haigh Hall. But you're not going to hear it from me, you're going to hear it from somebody else. So I will leave you with a little bit of history from Haigh Hall Country Park itself to what it is today, and then the most famous ghost of them all is Lady Mabel. Enjoy! Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.
Haigh Woodland Park is famous in Wigan and further afield for its impressive grounds and woodlands. The name Haigh comes from the Anglo-Saxon word Haigh, meaning an enclosure or a secure area to house livestock. The origins of Haigh and the owner of the original manor is not known. The earliest recorded date of title is 1295, when William de Bradshey married Mabel le Norreys, the natural heir to the estates of Haigh and Blackrod. The first hall was probably Norman, and a relic of this was enlarged in the 16th and 17th centuries with an Elizabethan south facade. A descendant of William, Roger Bradshey, lived at the hall in the 1600s. He was MP for Haigh and made a baronet in 1679. The Bradshey line died out in 1787, and title passed to Alexandra Lindsay, the 6th Earl of Balcarres, after marrying Elizabeth Dalrymple, who had inherited the estate from her maternal family, the Bradshays. The present hall was built between 1827 and 1840, using stone from Parbold, wood from Jamaica, the Earl's own plantations, and furniture from France. The hall was designed and planned by the 24th Earl of Crawford. Canal coal mining, first introduced to the estate in 16th century, continued, as did iron production. The Laxey wheel on the Isle of Man was cast here. The plantations were laid out in the 1860s to hide the condition of the landscape after being damaged by the mining activity. This provided work for Wiganers made unemployed by the cotton famine caused by the American Civil War. The estate was transferred to Wigan Council, known then as the Wigan Corporation, in 1947. The extensive plantations consist primarily of beech trees with a proportion of oak, horse chestnut, sycamore, ash and lime, and Scots pine. As you walk along the 40 miles of paths, you will find a variety of woodland plants such as wood anemone and lesser calendine and fungi, including fly agaric and puffballs. The woodland provides an ideal habitat for species of birds, mammals, amphibians and insects. Listen out for the lesser spotted and greater spotted woodpeckers, and in spring, the cuckoo. If you're lucky, you may even see a glimpse of roe deer or fox cubs. In the famous Mabs Gallery at Haigh Hall, there have been numerous accounts of poltergeist activity, and a figure of a grey lady has been seen, but no one knows who she is. Ghostly lady has been seen looking out of the first floor window, which was formerly a bedroom but no longer. What or who is she looking for? On the second floor, a male servant is said to roam. People often report being pushed or have felt a breath on the back of their necks. The most famous story of Haigh Hall is that of Lady Mabel. Mabel le Norreys was born in 1274 and was the daughter of Hugh le Norreys, Lord of Blackrod and the owner of Haigh. Following her father's death, Mabel, who was a minor, was placed in the guardianship of Richard Bradshaw and his family, who were at the time the occupiers of Haigh Hall. In 1295, she married William Bradshaw, son of Richard Bradshaw. One tale says that Mabel was ignorant to the fact that she was the heir of Haigh, Blackrod and Westlea, and William discovered this by some means and sought her out. He found Mabel cooking oatcakes in the kitchen and said, "Maid, if thou wilt marry me, I will make thee Lady of Haigh, Blackrod and Westlea," and of course she agreed. In 1315, William went to war and then fled the country after his part in the Banastra rebellion. Mabel heard no news of William, and after some time he was presumed dead. She married a Welsh knight thought to be called Henry Tudor. But as the story goes, Sir William returned home in 1324, dressed as a palmer, or pilgrim, and carried as a disguise a staff covered with a palm leaf. Across his shoulder was a large bag full of food that he had begged along the way. He wore a long coat that reached his feet, which was also used as a blanket during the night. When Lady Mabel saw him, she was immediately reminded of her first husband and wept uncontrollably. Her husband, Henry, asked her the reason for her tears, and when she told him, he struck her. William, however, restrained himself and did nothing, but that night he made himself known to his tenants, and upon hearing the news of William's return, Henry fled. William pursued him and killed him in Newton-le-Willows, near to the Deer Park. For her penance, Lady Mabel was made to walk 6 miles once a week, barefoot, from Haigh to Mab's Cross, until William's death in 1333. Mab's Cross is still there today, although it has been moved. The original place is marked by a lighter curbstone just outside Mab's Cross Hotel. Legend has it that Lady Mabel's ghost appears as a veiled, ragged figure and is said to cause insanity as she has no face. She doesn't haunt the hall itself, but is seen in the grounds from twilight onwards. Lady Mabel commissioned the build of Wigan Parish Church, where she now rests with her husband, William.
I could swear somebody's following me through here. See the light? Sure I'm being followed.